It was a waste of time already. Shit. How are my levels, Jim? You probably fucked them up, didn't you? You always do. You always do, dude. Evil do that you do. Evil do that I do, dude. Check it. Yeah. We're bringing to you live in the studio audience, man. We got Disney in the house. Disney Studios in the house. That's right. That's what this is all about. You can tell. Well, you can't tell. I can tell. Because we've been here before. California, you and your doubling up of everything. Old world brick. Yeah. Obsessed floor. Yeah. Weird tech. Yeah. Then we come out here to, of course, the internment camp. Let's go the other way. What have we here but some viaduct, however you say it. And from two different sides, north-south. This side looking like this was added on later, clearly. Different types of rock even. And I wonder if they pulled the rock up from this sort of road. Probably is a road. Yeah, I mean, you don't get that kind of angle, just naturally. Or that. It probably was an angle. This tree's kind of messing it all up. I mean, look at it, there's a brick. Bricks everywhere in this world. Everywhere. Right underneath your feet right now, somewhere, there's a brick. I'm not kidding. We got a little old world building here. Sometimes it's sort of the SP inspection. Well, we'll go ahead and leave you guys alone. With verbiage like that, who would want to continue to go? Besides, you've trashed it anyway. Wonder where all these came from. I wonder. Oh man, I see the scene play out before me. This guy over here, he's like, "You freeze!" This guy's like, "Oh fuck!" And he froze. His hands up in the air. He's like, "All right, I'll freeze. Just go away now. Hands behind your back." He's like, "I already did, bro. Can't you see them?" I read that whole book. Look at this guy. He's like a walrus. Got those two teeths, these eyes. He is the Eggman. He is the building. Oh! Looks like he's been impaled with an arrow. You got me, bro. Well, this has started out stupidly. And you know why? Because we're in a stupid place. We're in a stupid fucking place. This is where FDR, everyone's little darling, people that love these politicians say, "Oh my god, FDR was amazing. Guy was a jackass. He locked up freaking Japanese people." You guys want to be locked up for what our government does? Fomenting coups everywhere, blowing up pipelines of our own allies. You want to be locked up? Vote FDR then, and hope he gets to be the president of a different country that you go live at. Yeah. Then you'll see how it feels. My shadow cast a rising sun, something like that. Remember the poem? And there's like a goldfish around here, dude. And I'm sure that was here before as something else, and they just used it as a, God knows what, probably some damn imitation Star Fort. Although I've seen it from above, and this is not Star 40, so I take that back. Maybe they should just come out here and rollerblade. Or maybe these are fucking teeth, dude. Maybe these are teeth. I mean, I said that I was kidding, but actually, yeah, we're not gonna go there. But really, they might be teeth. They're teeth! Get me out of here! It looks like a giant headless person pointing that way. You must go that way, said the giant hooded man with a rocket pack on. And the little boots. Man, my art skills are just phenomenal. Everything in this survey is going to be a double, isn't it? I don't have to quit early, unsatisfied. That's what's going to happen in America. Ain't no Stafford here. Ain't no rocket launch here. Just a bunch of hooky-pooky. This bro got a long nose. And I've been here too. We've seen all these little apartments. They said these classic bungalows are the right occupying that middle space between apartment and home. We've got a bit of a common area right here. People can congregate or whatever. You're not too far from your neighbours. However, you do have the privacy of your own yard and all that. Your own windows here. Your own bookshelf and your own space, for the most part. Alright? Now, this area is a triple toilet, right? Triple toilet, right? Tricky. Very tricky. You pull one up, you think you're in the clear, you sit down. No, not in the clear at all. I don't know who made it. I don't know why we have it, but it's just something to be aware of. Now then, over here then, we have what used to be the county jail. Bit of a parapet here you might be familiar with. Not quite the Taco Bell. I liken it to that of a sailor hat with one eye. Like he's maybe like what's the guy's name that freedom fighter? Actually, he's a little WEF bitch. Oh, that's right. Dan something. Crenshaw. Right, Crenshaw. Oh, Deep State Dan. Here he is. I've got your freedom. Freedom of my own bank account. I don't care about your freedom. I'm Dan Crenshaw. Probably nothing wrong with his eye. I use it for attention. Look at that. I sacrificed my eye for the nation. What of it? Now he's sacrificing the nation for I. I get it like himself. Poetic, I know. Lovely, isn't it? What's down there? You'd think you're just inviting rats in. Probably. And what's with my accent? Well, actually, let me break character for a second. He said, slipping into an entirely new character. That's also not him. This is what I'm talking about when I say, those beams. We see those holes that seem to be just inside the buildings. Old buildings. Or old rocks that I think might be buildings at one point in their evolution or devolution. This is what I'm talking about. These beams that eventually will rot away and leave a hole. Right? That's what I'm talking about. Just in case you're confused, like, what's he going on about these square holes in the face of a building for? I've never seen anything look quite like it. Kind of a weird thing to do to windows, isn't it? This looks like a three-eyed frog with a bottom lip. Oh my god, I got a piece so bad. Oh god, I can't hold it anymore, dude! And this here is a remarkable feat of electron engineering. Plug it in. It's already plugged in. This service sucks. What's this? What is this? In the middle of a lagoon? Just like a floating old world tower? In the middle of a lagoon? What is this? Daddy, I want to get married there, Daddy. All right, Veruca, darling. Wonka, how much for the tower? Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down thy hair, or just cross the bridge that's right there. That's no fun. Well, neither are hair ladders, lady. Trust me. I, for one, can't speak on it. I've never been near a hair ladder. This is the party dam. The party, as in P-A-R-D-E-E, like them party boys. You may remember them from the, what are they? They were from Sacramento or something, weren't they? I remember they were mayors, and they were governors, and they were sheriffs, and they were all kinds of shit. He had a house in Oakland, Mr. Party did. The party boys. And, yep, that's them, all right. I'll be damned. They got themselves a dam named after them. The party dam. A little bit of a misnomer, isn't it? But it is impressive. One day we'll find all about it. But until then, we're free! Yay, let's run down the street near the industrial area. Nothing bad can happen. Well, this is part of some railroad track. I'm guessing it's part of the near Oakland, Alameda, but waste of time. Since California can't seem to label their own picture inventory with their own numbers, which are literally worthless. And from now on, if I can't find the number, I'm just skipping it, then sorry. I tried to be thorough, but California's really made it impossible, and I'm over it. So yeah, your face. You get down here and clean it up. You do it. I swear, every survey just comes back to Marin County. Like, we don't notice the difference. They remove all these historical buildings and just add more of the same hospitals. Here we are, back at the Naval Center from Oakland. Shocking. Let's admire the same buildings we already did. Look at how much we've changed in the past 2 weeks. Oh my god. Breathtaking, isn't it? Yeah, that's like the same exact pictures. It's ridiculous. Just shed after shed after shed after shed after shed. Each shed with their own page, their own nonsense. There's no data about them, any of them. They're all ugly. Oh, yeah, here we are back at the naval base where there's one page of information and it says photographs. What a fucking joke. Oh, since California can't label anything properly, I guess that's it. No naval base for us. Sure would like to talk about these pool tables. Sure would like to talk about this bowling alley. But nope. Sure wish I knew what all this cool stuff was. But no, I have one page of data and it just says photograph. This massive complex just gets ignored. And it used to bother me, but now, you know what? I don't care anymore. And all this place is probably cool, but we'll never know because California sucks at organization. So I guess instead we just get singing buildings. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Uncle Billy, is that your trophy case? That's just stupid. Cool hoverboard, bro. No, Brian's closed. No, not Brian. No, it's like Brian, like he's went to sleep. Like his Brian's arresting, right? That's the way I read it. Dreadlocks can't live in a tenant yard. Dreadlocks can't live in a tenant yard. Disclaimer, I know very well what Jacob Miller was and was not singing about. I'm aware the spelling and the difference between tenant and tenement. I was going for the joke. That's my motto. Always go for the joke. And what was over here is now not. God, that's good observations. Man, this narration is just on top. Let's get the fuck out of here so I can get onto something real. As soon as California learns how to label their shit properly, then I can do my job properly. And right now, I'm terrified of neighbors. Damn, they took everything but the house paint. They even took the ceiling. All that was left in the wall was hooks and some wire. Alright, how big is this damn thing? My god. Yeah, another example of when the Navy moves into a place and they just use it up and then they leave because it sucks. There's a few hundred people here. I thought that was Don Quixote for a second. Like, it pains me. I'd like to know more about this stuff. That's what I'm doing this for. Doorception. Door within a door within a door. And weird 2 windows over here. What does it mean? This looks like a man made of metal pissing on the side of that wall with his leg lifted up like a dog. How dare you? Sunken doorway. Very weird. Unless, of course, seems a little basement. Right? I don't. Moving on again. Back in this place without a door again. Back in this place to let inside the expedition. Because it's got to become. This is the biggest fucking property ever. Jesus. What is this? Kind of glad I almost missed it. This is like just the biggest, dumpiest area of abandonment. Why? The buildings aren't good anymore? I don't even know which way I'm going, dude. It's fucking crazy out here. This is the wrong way. I remember. Wait, no, it's not. Wait, yeah, it is, dude. Back here where the cows get slaughtered. Back here with the chickens through the rags. Back here with the fire drumming in the back. I want to go speed up. Yeah, but look at that. With the theater? No one told me we'd have a theater here. What kind of a place is this? A Navy, of course. Asian Pacific American Monte. Dedication, unity, identity, restriction. I stand before you today because if I stood behind you, you wouldn't be able to see me. Not even a peep of laughter, eh? Well, all right. I thought it was meant for the stage, but instead. Instead, I'm not. In scene, thank you. Folks, I'll be here all week long. I live here. And, riddle me these. Why don't you? This reminds me, actually, now that I think about it, there was a movie that came out called Bed, Knobs, and Broomsticks, starring Angela Lansbury and some of the other little girls. The little boy, what's his name? He's Jimmy Bean on Pollyanna, and he also plays on Swiss Family Robinson, and he also plays on, I think it's him. What else does he play on? He plays on, one of those classic Mary Poppins. He plays the role of, Michael. Michael. Not Jane, but Michael's in it. And they have a magic bed knob that looks remarkably similar to this. And they hold it, and it levitates the bed. And they fly to other lands. How about that? And Angela Lansbury says, Fittigree, apogee, epigee, pedigree. That's the magic password or whatever. And at the end, they battle a bunch of Nazis who have somehow animated, they battle Nazis with animated suits of armor. Yeah, it's true. And if you have seen it, then you know what I'm talking about. And you're nodding in approval. I feel it. If you haven't seen it, you're probably like, what the hell is this movie? It's actually good. It's got to be the same makers of the people that made like Mary Poppins, because it's kind of similar. They go to the same kind of cartoon land. Mary Poppins, the original, of course, they're doing that horse race on the carousel. But in this one, they're participating in a really odd soccer game where no one's playing by the rules. With a bunch of animals. And actually, the animals are like Disney animated, like they're this recycled animation from like Robin Hood. And so it all has a very familiar feeling. And this is the same fucking property. Oh, wait, no, it's not. I spoke too soon, and for that, I forever will feel shame. And I beg humbly for your forgiveness, seeing as how I recognize that so far, this is the most uneventful, uninformative, and uninteresting survey in God's green earth. On God's green earth, inside God's green earth, whatever. Wherever we are, whatever kind of shape, whatever kind of universe is, simulation, or a gerbil cage, or maybe just an infinite landmass. I don't know. What do I know? My whole life I was lied to. I used to watch history and read history books and sit there with a cigar and a glass of whiskey and fancy myself amongst the educated. No, sir. That was not that war. It was a war of the 300-year war. You're sadly mistaken. And, there's actually, we should talk sometime. It's kind of a one-way conversation. But actually, I really enjoy the interaction I have with you guys. In the comments and stuff, you guys are always full of good stuff. And I need to actually probably do a little awareness maker video, amazing awareness, on the propaganda that is infiltrated in, as you know, every part of our lives. But there's one area that it is surprisingly very thick. At least I'm surprised the more I think about it. And that is the world of board games and war games. My God. We'll get into it another time, but that's going to be a real mind blower. I don't mean like Monopoly. I mean real board games. Kind of pros play. I'm going to write that down right now with my feather quill pen. Do you think you're Alexander Hamilton? Shut your mouth, Jimmy. Yo, Roy thinks he's John Hancock. I get it done, Hancock. Touch me. Touch me. Okay, we'll have to edit this in post. I love these trees. They look like windswept wizard beards or Asian dragons. I mean, this, for example, I searched for this call letter that's on this fucking building, and I get a picture of Marion Davies and Felix Weingartner, whoever the hell they are. God, it's like this conspiracy. At least I got something here. Shit, this just says photographs. This here is the C.F. Forbes gas station in Los Angeles, Pasadena. It was built in 1929. The data page says this. Are you ready? It says photographs, followed by no photographs. True story. Because California doesn't give a frick about us. Each photograph has its own document. So you have to find the one of the 13 photographs that has a document. You know, if you want to learn anything. It's so stupid. Do it right. It's like they're waiting for other people to. They offer these grants to people that can pick a historic site and basically do a report on it. I feel like there's outsourcing college labor because they're such bums, and that's what they do. Interns are a racket. Don't anybody ever do an unpaid internship. It's a racket. You get nothing. I seem very fired up right now. That's because I am. I finally have a day off. That's none of your business. Strike that from the record. They shouldn't know any personal information about me, including if I have a job or not. As far as you guys know, I don't. Hot dog vending car, auto repair shop. That's what it says now. It's the present use, and this Pasadena Labor Temple Association owns it. This building is the only drive-in auto service gas station property type remaining in the old Pasadena Historical District. It is an architecturally intact example of a property type associated with historic development, responding to emerging auto use in the city. Built during the early years of the automotive era, this single-story gas station is Spanish in style. The exterior looks plaster, and the tile edging along the roof is harmonious with the brick buildings across the street that you can't see. See? You can't see them. All that shit's in the way. The district exhibits an architecturally unique characteristic, which is combining massiveness, load-bearing walls, and detailing of Mediterranean Spanish Revival style of the nearby Civic Center with the horizontal lines and the emerging streamline architecture style representative of newer and faster forms of transportation. The large horizontal openings and service bays, so uncharacteristic of the Mediterranean style, were a functional response to the program requirements of an automobile service station. Imagine that! Repurposing a building to fit your needs. Why, it's almost as if I had something. By placing of the buildings in the south and the east in response to the circulation pattern of automobiles at the intersection, the service station established a setting pattern that was unique from other pre-automobile and many non-automobile buildings, which normally were built as close to the street corner as possible. That's because this building was built before there were automobiles. Derp. God, who wrote this report? What kind of a fool do they think we are? They're underestimating our foolishness. Date of erection, May 17th, 1928. He remembers it well. How do I know it's a he? Well, I mean, come on, it was 1928 after all. It wasn't like today. This person, this layman, this half-wit intern who did this report, says they've come to this date because a local phone booth, which was indexed by property addresses, lists 195 North Raymond as vacant in 1928, but Forbes CF gas station in 1929. This would indicate that the structure was built between the printing of the 1928 and the 1929 phone books, or sometime in mid to late 1928. So he guesses February, which is not mid to late anything. Then he goes on to say, the following is a history of the owners of the property as can be ascertained from available records. The Union Labor Temple Association has owned the property since approximately 1917, which is what you just said was 11 years prior to it being in existence. I'm done with this. Oh, guys, here's some of the permanent additions. A heavy canvas awning. A cloth sign erected. Sign moved from lot 15 to lot 14. A cloth sign erected. An unidentifiable change made to sign. Not sure what, but, suspicious. 2 lavatories installed and sewer closed. Yes, I can tell when a report is made later by a student, and that's one of them. Not only that, but they use a different type style and a different font, and they're just dumber. Sorry, whoever made that report. I'm sure you're lovely to have tea with. But having read thousands of these, I'm afraid I find yours lacking. But here, you can have this dusty old car. It matches your brain. In mileage, in current day-to-day use. I don't know. I had something there. You know I had something there. I was on the edge, man. That was good. That could have been good. I fumbled it a little bit, but, we'll get them next time. We will get them next time. And I love the way Brian has been taking care of things. I really do. I'd take that name off the wall unless you're trying to actively chase people away. And maybe he is. What do I know? Maybe he's antisocial. This is the Marion Davies estate, and the fence, and the bulkhead, and an oversized mailbox, because she thinks she's popular, or he, whoever Marion Davies is. The designs of renowned architect Julia Morgan. Remember that name, Julia Morgan. It was called Ocean House. It was built by William Randolph Hearst and his mistress. This is where his mistress lived. Mr. Hearst, for shame. As if he only had one mistress. Give me a break. 5 white Georgian colonial buildings, which were opulently furnished. While most of the original structures have been demolished over the years, the North House, swimming pool, fence, and bulkhead remain. This fence is 430 feet long and 10 feet high, adjacent to the PCH, meaning I've driven right past it probably. It was designed to be compatible with the Georgian colonial style of the estate buildings, of course. All this about a fence, huh? The posts are topped by a decorative globe, which we talked about earlier. The entire fence has been painted white. Remarkable observation. You see, over the years, sections of wood board have been removed and replaced with incompatible plywood siding and a sliding chain link gate. Some of the decorative elements are missing. There's a wood pedestrian gate, also painted white. The gate was inspired by the Georgian colonial style of the estate. The gate is 2 feet wide. The gate is boring is what it is, okay? No one cares about the damn gate. My God. This one's definitely done later, too. I hope you failed this. This is what you picked? Out of all you picked this as your assignment? Student, whoever you are? This one? I know, I'm gonna do that gate. And mail it in. Underachiever. Moving on. this gate. And fuck William Hurst. I mean, that part is kind of cool, but still. Can't tell what I'm looking at. That's my milk carton! God damn it, I knew I was missing that. Now, this here is the Peter House. That's right, the Peter House. Wait a second. Is it, though? No, it ain't. Strike that. Peter's house is in D.C. This is the Presidio of San Francisco. The west end of Christie Field, the Golden Gate National Recreational Area, World War II mobilization buildings. Building Area B, Building 901. These guys trying to take pictures of these buildings and get them accepted into here. That's all the data is. Please accept our photographs and admit them into the fucking... Sure, you can have your pictures in here. Interesting why that would be so high up. I mean, I guess the whole thing kind of looks portable. In a big-ass truck, you got to lift that bad boy up. Maybe they were carried here by a tornado. Yes, maybe. Anything's possible. It happened to Dorothy, after all. It could happen to anyone. Why? And yep, all these have no information. Just pitches. Interesting, though. Isn't it? Just very interesting. This old stuff here. From whence comes these homes? From whence? And why are they so weird? And really, there's nothing about any of these. Oh my god, we've seen something like this before. An amassing of bush soldiers. And they're all armed with little spears. Or little parasols, or whatever. Little unopened umbrellas. You get the idea. And they all have little hats. Well, no they don't. I take that back. What happened? Oh my god, there's way more. Yep, no information about this one either. Just pictures. Just picture these dumps. And wowie wowie, what is that? I know what that is. Oh my god. We're getting close, you guys. It's amazing. Just look at this. This is ridiculous to see that in the background and think that these are somehow from the same world. Preposterous. If I saw that after wandering through these, which I'm doing right now, I would seriously think that something is very amiss. Which it is. It's just a doorway up there. Nice. Nice and plausible. Nice and reasonable. Oh, maybe we can scoot along the side of the fence here, dude. Let's go, dude. We popped out over here in this freaking parking lot. Looked around. Now let's go that way. What is all this? So allegedly part of this Presidio, warehouses and auto shops. Garages, engineers, warehouses, and shoe shops, candle makers, all that jazz. Strangely placed front doors. The brick foundations of a prior structure, no doubt. Plants that belong on an upper Japanese mountain. And in the background, a fantasy land. A window that says 6. A trash can with no lid. A magnificently installed air conditioning unit. A house with a missing wing. Clipped, as it were. No flights for you. A very ill-fitting fence door. Entrance, whatever. The world's hardest front door to enter. It's like a Donkey Kong level. Wires that seem to go straight up. Jasper, come quick! Some buttfucker broke in through the shed. Damn it, now what? Now I'm going on break, that's what. This is great. It goes up here the hills and it blasts right back down at the roof. It's a self-loathing sort of building. These properties couldn't be dumpier. Although, they don't seem to like what I said. Hey, fuck you! How dare you? Alright, I'm out of here. Oh, how sweet of them to put this panel down so I don't get mud on my loafers. Thank you. Seems chivalry's not dead after all. What the fuck is that? It's a large toilet. Come try it out. Why, it's Master Shake. It's no one. And here's where the giant lifeguard used to sit. The one that Uncle Joe used to rub his hair, the pool or whatever with Pop, the children or whatever. You know what I mean. Fuck you, Uncle Joe. That's also like a Master Shake. Or a big albino carrot. What's going on in this neighborhood? Well, we ran out of darts and so we start throwing them hats up there. No freeloaders. How dare you insult me like that? Come along, get our own coffee. What are you looking at, giant koosh ball? No, I'm sorry. I made him cry. I'm sorry. Fuck you, pal. Yeah, I suppose I had that coming. Dude, let it go, bro. I'm walking away. Okay. Not a very friendly neighborhood, is it? Big dude. Hello? Is any of your mothers home? As if there were children in there. I hope not. But they do have a water slide. That's cool. Look at it. This place is great. I can't wait to show you inside. Look it. Here's where, well, I don't know what exactly took place here, but it looks like it was dark and involved death or something. I don't know. Get me the fuck out of here, dude. Fucking place is creepy. Back up. No, I gotta go this way. You gotta go this way. Can't get out that way? You already went that way. Okay, go back this way. Oh, God. Okay, through the door. Upstairs. Make sure no one's following me. Oh, wait, okay, fuck. Hey, he's in here, dude. Fucking reach him. Get him. Fuck you, dude. Leave me alone, trees. What's over here? What's over here? Oh, God, I'm trapped. Oh, God. Shut the door. Light doesn't work. Back. Intercom. Hello, anybody help me? Help me. I'm a map. Maybe I can use this to get out. Back. What about this one? Maybe through the vents. See? Look at the drawings here. Building, okay. We got a ladder here. Go down there. First floor plan. Go down there. There's a door over here somewhere. And then boom, I'm back out. Hey, get him, bro. Fuck you guys. That's supposed to be coming from me to them. Does it look real? Do you feel the rage I'm transmitting at you? What's he doing now? What's he got there? Coconut? How's he gonna do that? Oh, bro, fuck you guys. A for creative power. F, though, for cleanliness and overall the success of place. Damn it, Jerry! Did you take God damn it, dude! You blew up the toilet, bro! Well, beep, 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 beep. Well, I don't know what I'm doing here, poking on the ruins of this old place. Now, finally, so I can tell you about bully-ass palm trees. Oh, dude, I knew it! These buildings are a long time associated with the hospital, post exchanges, and motor vehicle garage, and for its function from 1962 to 1982 as a pathological crematory. I knew that smelled like death. Built for motor vehicles, modified at the west end for an incinerator, and at the east end for a paint shop. God, it's gonna be the worst job ever. Incinerator operating instructions. Yeah. No wonder they all quit. From post-exchange to crematory. Nice. There were 2 crematories here since 1919? Ugh. Sorry, but I know bodies get burnt, but still, doesn't make me comfortable. The hell's that? Dude, these surveys are just getting weirder and worse. God. I seriously apologize for this trash. Hopefully, at least you can laugh at it. I put in this number, and I got Mrs. Clark and her mother, whoever the hell they are. These 4 sheds were built in 1940. Mobilization of the Army for World War II. An army that had not completed the transition from horse-drawn to motorized vehicles. By 1940, yeah, they had. Did you forget about World War I? They claim that this fort was built in 1853. It was already obsolete by the end of the Civil War. So 1 year later. Obsolete because no one was ever out here attacking you, or because the Civil War was on the other side of the country, or what? Like, what the hell? We built this fort here, and no one's ever going to attack us ever again. It's already obsolete. No one ever did attack you here. Fort was already there. You're lying, and I don't care about these garages. Oh, what have we here? Well, how did I know? You see? We're back at Big Sur. I told you last time. I told you guys. I said we'd be back, because that's how California rolls. Back at Helmut Dietsch's, like we never left. Now, where was I last time? I think I was saying something like, the first Anglo settlers came to this rugged and isolated coast in the 60s. 1860s, that is. Exercising preemption on public land afforded by farmed, what arable land there was. And they ran stock in the meadows and along the precipitous ridges of the mountainous landscape. Some logged the redwoods and steep coastal canyons, or some shipped tanhark to Santa Cruz and San Francisco from makeshift landings along the rocky shoreline. A few still represented by 5th and 6th generation family members. As late as World War II, there were only about 150 permanent residents in the region, very isolated. By the early 20th century, whatever commercial development existed in the Big Sur was devoted to the recreation business, principally in support of hunters and fishermen. 1902, Pfeiffer's Resort was the first on record, located on the Big Sur River at the site of today's village. There was an Idlewild hotel on the banks of the Little Sur River. The management guaranteed trout, even to those who used the bent pen, whatever the fuck that means. Pfeiffer's Resort burned down in 1920, and the family moved their operation further south, building the Big Sur Lodge, the present location of the Pfeiffer State Park headquarters. State of California purchased the property in 1934, and the original lodge was replaced 15 years later. John Pfeiffer was also building the Apple Pie Inn, which became the River Inn, the Redwood Lodge, and Ripplewood, all tourist facilities, early resorts, and only a few of them remain. They would not be recognized by their builders. This coastal line is not easy to access, I'm aware. As late as 1920, a light spring wagon with 2 good horses took 11 hours to make the 26-mile trip from the Sur to Monterey because it's insanely steep. For a 4-horse team pulling a lumber wagon over the unimproved dirt road, the trip took 13 hours. And all that began to change with the single-minded efforts of Dr. John L. Roberts, a Monterey physician and longtime county supervisor. His familiarity with and love for the natural beauty of the Big Sur led him to lobby the state of California to join the county in building a scenic highway through the region, opening it up for the enjoyment of the general public. His determination, and that of Monterey's State Senator Elmer Rigdon, saw the project initiated in 1919 with the passage of a $1.5 million bond issue. The funding came only after the proponents changed the road's destination from scenic to necessary for defense, allowing the use of Military Highway Bond Act monies. Scandalous! No wonder your last name was rigged on. You rigged on the election, and you rigged on the use of Military Highway bond money, you bastard. That belongs to taxpayers and amputees, not opportunistic douchebags. The actual construction of the 80-mile road, which used to be 26, last paragraph, but now it's 80, now called the Carmel-San Simeon Highway, begins in 1922. They ran out of money 3 years later. When the project laid idle until 1931, there was a second bond issue, and the use of convict labor, modern-day slavery. The roadbed was literally blasted out of the steep coastal mountainside. 36 bridges had to be constructed before the project was completed in the summer of 1937, 15 years after its start, and a final cost of $8 million. This open new highway began an ever-increasing influx of visitors and sightseers to the previously isolated region, brought a few artists, writers, and craftsmen to begin to augment the existing permanent population. The size of this group remained small due to lack of available housing and natural reticence on the part of some of the older established families to accept the bohemian newcomers, including Jack Kerouac as he suffered from delirium tremens down on the beach in his amazingly stream of consciousness book by the same name, Big Sur. Helmut Dietschen, this might be him, I don't know. He looks like his name could be Helmuth. What the Helmuth you looking at? Helmuth Dietschen. It's almost like Helm Deep. Helm's Deep. Helm's Deep! That's what they should have named it. God, he missed that one. Helmut Dietrich was born in Bergen, Norway in 1892, son of a German tobacco merchant. Married to a Norwegian girl, Helmuth, a loner who developed. Well, I mean, he's married, so he can't be that much of a loner, right? But an abiding interest in metaphysics. Left school at age 11. Age 11? To immerse himself in literature? You leave school at 11 to immerse yourself in literature? Yeah, right. Went to short periods of study at Heidelberg and at the University of Paris at age 12, I guess. He learned woodworking and land surveying. His travels took him through post-World War I Germany, where he had peripheral involvement in the tumultuous political ferment of the period. Not bad for a 13-year-old. He came to the United States in 1920 or 1921, who was counting, working as a surveyor in the Florida Keys and in Hollywood, before settling in Carmel by the Sea in the mid-1920s, one of about 50 people that lived there. It was there that he met Helen Haidt, daughter of the 10th governor of California, of course. A nurse by training, Helen operated a children's apparel shop. Helmuth became caretaker and maintenance man. He also built 2 or 3 houses in Carmel, as well as bench pressed several vehicles at the same time. In 1924, they began making out and making trips into the Big Sur. While it is not known when the couple decided to purchase property in the Big Sur, it is known that Helmuth decided it was time to move when the city finished oiling the streets in Carmel. That is the sign. I hate the oiling the streets. We move now to Big Sur. He apparently picked up the entire home and all of its contents and inhabitants and carried it on his back the entire 80-mile journey. Helen purchased 4 acres of the Castro Ranch on the northeast side, adjacent to the Castro Creek Canyon, a favorite camping spot. They intended to construct a residence on the property. Helmuth and Helen lived in a tent while he built a barn for their goats. Not a house for them. A barn for the goats. That goat barn would become the nucleus of the inn. He used a portion of the barn for his workshop, where he fashioned handmade furniture and wrought iron accessories, some of which are still in use at the inn today. He built living quarters adjacent to the barn, a 2-story building with storage below, out of the goats. Cartoonily named Barbara Blake, a refined, recently widowed Englishwoman, assisted the couple in developing the property as a country inn. Blake was taken by the natural beauty of the setting and had money to invest, a rare commodity at the height of the Great Depression. She leased the barn, expanding it with a shed, roofed addition to the south to enclose a restaurant. She handled all interior decoration with an iron fist, including purchase of the lovely old bar from the Smith family ranch at Westmere, and the English patternware table service long in use at the inn, which was in full operation by 1940. Her money was used to construct guest rooms along the northwest rim of Castro Creek Canyon. This work was executed by Helmuth with the help of the Mayros brothers. The Mayros brothers, of course, in 1941, maintaining the rustic Norwegian vernacular character of the earlier buildings in the complex. Because, you know, when he was 13, he absorbed so much of Norway. Henry Miller was one of the haunts of the artists. While Helen, always in charge during her lifetime, ran the business, Helmuth added buildings from time to time, just casually throwing up buildings, always maintaining the rustic Norwegian character of the place. His personal touch was, and is, everywhere, from hand-carved porch balusters to the wood-burned plaques with quotes from world literature, or his own homilies. Much loved in the community. Helen was outgoing and social, while Helmuth remained much the loner, contemplative and spiritual in nature. Strong work ethic he tried to impart to the inn's mostly younger employees, the 3 A's, awareness, alertness, and attention, which remain some of the clearest memories of those who worked for him. Helmuth and Helen eventually married, I guess for the second time, and as they aged, they came to know other coastal residents. They were known as Grandma and Grandma. In the dining room, Grandma Helmuth reserved one of the long tables he had made. He referred to it as the family table and invited guests to sit down and enjoy dinner with him, sharing conversation and classical music with his company. On a carved board over the nearby record collection, he carved philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche's axiom, "Without music, life would be a mistake." This whole story sounds like complete and utter bullshit. Helen died in 1962, followed a decade later by Helmuth, after which the trustee of his estate continued to operate the inn as before. Of the existing resort facilities in the Big Sur, none maintain so the feeling of time and place as does Dietjen's. Sensitively integrated into the forested mouth of the canyon, density is low, scale is intimate, materials are natural, complementing the rugged beauty of the mountainside setting. The road and walkways meander comfortably through the complex. Rock retaining walls line the roads and footpaths cut to the grade. Designed in a vernacular style reminiscent of his builder's native homeland, Dietjen still remains the intimate environmental relationship established by its designer. It occupies 54 acres of forested mountainside along Castro Creek Canyon. Physical topography is not unlike that of Norway, homeland of the inn's builder Helmuth. The original 4-acre parcel that comprises the boundary of the historic district earns and retains the rustic Norwegian influenced vernacular building as designed and executed by Dietjen with the help of others. They keep saying the same shit over and over again. Dietjen and his future wife lived in a tent while he constructed the first building, a barn, the house, their goats. We already read this. Why are you repeating yourself? I don't even believe it. Motherfucker built 40 buildings? Get the fuck out of here. 13 years old. What is he, fucking Paul Bunyan? So many dumb little anecdotes about these people. Just adds to the general feeling of being bullshitted. I'm going on break.